Hello and welcome. Right, in the previous video we spoke about how it plays, what it's all about, why you're doing it, but we didn't see it in action.
No.
Now we're going to see it.
Now it's time to see it's Llamatch.
Okay, so exactly. Please.
No,
Please.
it's for you, please.
Oh,
you have to open this.
This is my favorite part of board games, opening the game for the first time. If there was a game about opening games,
Okay, you just gave me an idea.
you're welcome. That would be amazing. Okay, so let's take a look. And remember that this is a prototype, so what we're going to see here may be slightly different from what's going to come out at the end of the campaign. But even so, this is already feeling very, very good. I mean, this would be more than enough quality for. Yeah, he cannot be with us. He cannot be without us. He's kind of, teenager. Okay, this is the rules, so this is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, for the definitive edition, we
Yeah.
are planning on doing maybe another version with more images that simplify the visualization and comprehension, so it eases a bit, because it's a really simple game, but even though there are some exceptions and rules that when you see them on paper with images, it's more clear what is going on.
Okay, right. Is there going to be an expansion for solo play called Onanism?
There's not going to be an expansion for solo play. I'm sorry.
I'm giving you a hand. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just
No, it's fine. Plus 18, right? The video. So, no, but we have some cards planned
Okay.
for a possible expansion,
Okay.
or maybe to have as a reward, like we reached this level,
Yeah,
so
stretch goals.
maybe like we can put more cards to it
Okay.
that have already been planned and seized in balance and
Okay.
they work. But for now, I think 141 cards are more than enough.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we get the box, plenty of space to put the cards inside sleeves, which is very good. But why do I need the rules when I have the ruler at the table with me who can explain absolutely everything? So, okay, so we have 2 decks of cards.
We have 2 decks of cards. There are actually 3,
Okay.
but they come in this format, and
so
that's fine. So
I love the design of the llama.
yeah,
The logo is beautiful.
it's fantastic,
good,
and I
so
did a
good.
perfect walk here. This was actually the first thing we had to come over, like what is gonna be the line of design and what's gonna be the logo, like what's it gonna look like. And in the start, I really want to give her that freedom to unleash her art onto this game. And just as soon as I saw this, I just gave you the idea, like, okay, fire with a llama, kind of resemble that Tinder app look like.
Yeah.
She came up with this minimalistic design. In the box you see the same design, but with eyes and a bit of details. But here I think it works perfect.
Beautiful.
I
I just love it as a logo. I
Yeah.
think it's so absolutely perfect. Okay, so we have 3 decks of cards. What do we do with them?
Okay, so we have 3 decks of cards. Probably we should shuffle them because they come from, the factory. So you can see here, like,
Yeah,
all the same cards are in the
Can
same
be-
spot. So we'll have to shuffle them, and we have 3 kind of cards. So the profile cards, the black ones are the Llamatch card, which actually look delicious. I mean, this is where we're gonna find, like
it's
those
so good.
Yeah, I mean, the design is simply
It's very good.
wonderful.
It's
It's beautiful. I mean, I'm
It's
sorry,
gorgeous.
it's my game, but I have to say,
this is gorgeous. This is absolutely
and you're gonna find like
gorgeous.
every stereotype, right, that you see on these sort of apps, like the person who's always doing sports,
Yeah.
the one with the guitar at the park, the one at the gym. So it's pretty much it. You have to pay close attention because
Yeah.
some cards have little details that also will make you laugh after a couple of times watching them. Yeah, like we're looking for that sort of details that you might miss on the first look. So keep on playing until you check every little secret in the game.
There's one card missing.
Which one?
The one that doesn't have anything on it.
Okay, yes, there are two stereotypes I must confess that we didn't put in here.
Yeah.
One is the one that doesn't have any picture of...
Or even information
Yes.
at all.
But I must say, that might come in the expansion because it's a card that we have thought of, but it didn't quite fit in the basic game, like a kind of empty card, you know. And then we have the interaction cards.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the profile cards that state what you're looking for and how you're gonna do the final math. You see,
Okay.
they're all different. So in the end, it's a stacking game. So here you see you're gonna stack everything and do the math according to whatever
Okay.
sign you have. We'll explain the signs later,
Okay.
but it's the same for all of them. They just change the distribution.
Okay.
The same as with the points in the values. You see they are all 4, 2, and 1, but they are distributed differently. So that gives us 24 Llamatch card and 24 profile cards.
Okay.
This being said, we have the interaction cards. In the interaction cards, we have chat cards.
Yeah.
We have BO cards. This one is a classic, like the one that's all the time. Traveling is my life. Okay, whatever. Here we have, so it's an icon, it's RuPaul, for example.
Right.
These cards will be stacked under the Llamatch that is in front of us, and so on, up to 3 cards. Okay, and then we have the notification cards.
Okay.
Okay, that they play different roles. The ones with this sign will be played and then discarded. The ones that don't have that sign, such as in here, will be put on the table wherever the card says.
Okay.
So that's mainly it. So let's shuffle and then we'll see how to play.
Okay. Now that goes there. And
Okay.
these go there as well.
Yep. So this might take a while.
That's all right. We can speed this up.
If you're watching us shuffling the cards, I would recommend, like, if this is the first time you do it, shuffle them a couple times. Because other way, it might be...
Still not very well shuffled.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to us on the playtest. Like, first time... And still, there might be still some issues that we will try to fix.
Right.
Now that we are reviewing and everything, but I must say that there aren't that much failures for now. I mean, just couple mistakes, maybe. This is 1 millimeter off or so.
But
So
but you know that can be corrected.
that's good.
easily, you know, that's
Still,
not a big
like,
deal.
we have this level of commitment where we want to deliver a professional product,
Yeah,
despite it's
well.
our first game ever. But you know, it's just I want to do things right.
Well, I can assure you that you already have.
Well, I'm glad for that. So what do we need to do now? We have 3 decks of cards. We have the profile cards, Llamatch cards, and interaction cards.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you to take one profile card. I would take another one, and this card is for us. No one else can see us because it's kind of our target, sort of saying. The game is a bit asymmetrical, and this gives us that asymmetrical dimension.
Okay.
We're gonna show the cards now so people can see them and appreciate the art.
Yes.
But also to see how this works,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So we have 4 stats that define each llama. We can see that in a Llamatch card. So we have first off, you see, because here one is missing and here one is missing, it's all the same.
Okay.
But each Llamatch is gonna give different things to us, and we're gonna ask them for different things because our preferences are different.
Okay.
And that's perfectly valid. So we have 4 stats. First one is sexiness.
Okay.
Second one is romanticism.
Okay, which is the heart, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have awareness.
Okay, it's good. Right.
And finally we have
Coolness.
coolness. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's put this apart. We'll check them later. But we have different signs here, and that indicates us how we're gonna calculate the final add up, right?
Okay.
So the most important value would be the one that multiplies the result by 2.
Okay.
So in the end, we're gonna be, having a Llamatch and adding some cards here, and the final add up, I would have to check always for the by 2.
Okay.
Okay? These are the most important ones.
Okay.
The equal sign, what does it say? That it will stay the same. So it will still add up.
Okay.
Okay? We'll see later on how do we do the math. And then we have the blank space, right? That doesn't count, so we don't have to worry about it. And then the other one that inverts the sign. So as you have seen, there are some cards that add up as a sum, but some take points.
Okay.
From a stat.
We have seen a card before with a like this. We've seen this which has a 4 in coolness.
Yes.
That could end up being a -4 in coolness.
Yeah, actually, if you had a card like, let's say this one, you see, so this is just an example, and excluding all the other cards that would be played. But this would be, this stays the same, but it's a 0, so 0, this doesn't count. This is 1 plus
so it would
1,
be a
because,
2.
yeah,
Yeah.
-4, so this is a -2.
Oh my god, go away.
Okay, but it's hard to score less than 0. Sometimes can happen if you have friends that you should stop calling your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this one, for instance.
But the average for 3 to 4 players would be between 8 and 14.
Oh, okay.
The final score. So it will be adjusted to the variant.
Fine,
okay. So what we'll be doing is once we have our profile cards, once each player has a profile card, we'll put 4 Llamatch cards facing down in front of each player. We cannot see these cards just now. Okay. Oh, this was not my card. This is my card. I'm sorry.
That's right.
So this one goes away.
It's the first time we play. We can cheat.
Okay, yeah, we can. Don't you cheat at home.
No.
Don't you dare.
No.
And with this, we have our setup.
Yeah.
Now we need 5 cards for each player.
Okay.
So we will take 5 interaction cards.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
This will
that's
be
my
for
hand.
you. Yes.
Okay. Which for the purpose of this video we are going to show.
Yes, we can show actually. So this is it.
Okay, so what do I have here? I have negging, which gives a -2 to hotness and -1 to awareness.
Exactly.
And it says, and I read, your photos are really original. ... I presume that this is them and this is us, or the other way around.
Yes, actually, this was really hard to think about it because actually we thought about it halfway, so we have to redo half of the cards.
Okay.
But usually the thing that is stated in the title goes to the left.
Yeah.
And so we would be the ones on the right.
Okay, fine, good. So your photos are really original. I think it's great that you don't care how others see you. I have never felt so attracted to someone like you. Oh my god, already.
Yeah, so that's why it's negative, because we don't want people like this.
Shirtless. Yeah, okay. Llama. Wish you was summer all time, right? Hot, abs, sexy, six pack.
If you have been on Tinder or Bumble and haven't seen any shirtless picture, you haven't been there.
You have not been there long.
Yes. I really like this these cards. I actually have some really great cards in here, just to share a bit. So I have full schedule, which is I'd like to meet you. Well, I have a window from 1:40 to 2:50 on March the 3rd, and I can have a coffee there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this kind of person who are always busy and you can never really date and get to know.
Okay.
And Wanderlust is one of my favorite cards because you see this a lot on Tinder. A lot. For Enter 2, I really like this one.
Okay.
Because it says, my ink means fire, because my spirit burns within me. If you check it, like the 2 says fire, supposedly in Japanese.
Right.
But it actually says ramen, and you can see he's eating ramen, and in here, in the
Okay,
in the bowl, it
that's
says also
amazing.
ramen. So we have a lot of these little details that you might not pay attention in the first run.
Yeah.
But then you start seeing a lot, right? So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's supposed to be a fun game, and we played with this sort of humor in a really absurd way.
Well, the thing is that I can see that there's no way that you could take it seriously.
Of course not. I mean,
No,
of
there's
course,
no way.
we know that people are gonna get offended, but I mean, if you get offended with this, come on.
You're looking to be offended.
Yeah.
I mean, no tasting music. What music do you like? You know, whatever's on Spotify. I mean, what is your favorite music style? Well, actually, what I like is ASMR and white noise.
So of course, these people is not gonna be cool.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm not saying people that listens to a podcast aren't cool.
Yeah.
Actually, you have a podcast.
I do have a podcast, but my podcast is very cool. So that's different.
Of course.
But if your favorite style of music is a podcast, yeah, that ain't cool.
Yeah.
Because podcast can be about music. Come on.
So we have these cards, and now it's time to start our game.
Okay.
So we have to understand that this game runs by turns.
Yeah.
Okay. That there are actions that you can take in your turn and out of your turn,
Okay.
and that your turn has 2 phases. So,
Okay.
just to start, we all players have to check and turn the first Llamatch card.
Ooh, I like this one.
I really like that one.
I like that one.
So,
Little turtles.
yep. Here we have our game. This is my hand here, and here is the card I will hold in my hand,
Okay.
but that I have to, like.
So that's the card I would not see in a normal game.
Exactly. So, who do you want to start?
You start because you are.
Okay. So at the start of the turn,
Yeah.
we have this dynamic where I have to decide whether I keep this profile, so I hit like on it, or I say okay, next, because it's not good for me. So I have to check, and I say okay. First off, just first impression, this would be a -3 for me.
Okay.
So that's really awful. It doesn't suit me. So I will just discard it
Okay.
and take the next Llamatch, which is actually pretty bad for me also. But you don't have to know that.
Okay.
So what do we do with the discarded Llamatch? This is the thing. If I see that you have something
Yeah.
that I can use in my benefit,
Yeah.
I will try to force you to discard it, because once I discard my Llamatch card, you can take it
Okay.
and put it on top of your profile, on your Llamatch pile.
Okay.
The thing is that in order to do so, you have to discard your first card. Why so? Because if we could stack all the cards, the game would be very long.
Yeah.
So this kind of push your luck thing. So I have a 2 here that you care about. Your card is better. You would say, okay, I pass.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yes, I
Right.
would, because I like that this is +4.
So that also gives me information.
Okay.
Because if I see that you pass on a 4 of romanticism, say, okay, he's not going for romanticism,
romance.
so I'm not gonna try to troll or push you anyhow with the romance, right? And also I'm not interested. I'm anti-romantic. I just want a one-night stand sort of saying, right? And perfectly said, because I also appreciate sex. So, yeah. So this Llamatch would be discarded, and so I put another one. I can do this process more than once in a turn. So even though this doesn't suit me, now it's my time for the second part of the turn, which is playing cards. I can play or do things with up to 2 cards. I can play them, or I can discard one or the other, or both, or none of them. Okay? So let's say I saw that you're not interested in romanticism, but you might be interested in, awareness. So I will play a random card for me, such as, I don't know, I have good coolness cards in here that I can use in my favor, so I will keep them. And also sexuality cards, they can use them, but actually I won't use any card on you right now. I will just use one card that I don't want, which is, let's say, this one, because it gives me -1 in romanticism, so I don't want it. Since next turn I'm gonna discard this Llamatch, I can use this as a discard pile. Okay? And also I can discard now another card, but since my cards are pretty good for me right now, I'll say I'll keep them, so I can play up to 2 cards. I don't have to play 2 cards. Okay? And I will take cards from this deck until I have 5.
Okay, so you build up your hand again.
Exactly, and that would be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Now it would be your turn, and it's exactly the same. Okay, I could have played also a card under your Llamatch just to give you some ideas.
Okay, so I can play up to 2 cards.
You can, first off, it's the first part of your turn, so you have to decide whether you keep this or you remove it. Yeah, but you cannot check it. So it's just, I keep it or not.
I keep it.
Okay.
It's a keeper, come on.
Okay, so you keep it, you put it on your right. We do this because you know of the theme, like slide or swipe right or left, so you swipe it right. And now you can start playing cards under, placing like this.
So I'm going to play 2 cards. One because it's vegan and it gives me another 2 to awareness, which is
question. In the same turn, you cannot play 2 cards under the same Llamatch. Otherwise, I would have played a lot of cards. But you can now discard another card. You can now play one under mine.
The thing is, I also have this card, which is a secret fetish.
Okay.
And place this under a bio chat card. It's in effect, its minus effect is now plus.
But since you could only play it under mine, because this is under a bio card. Bio cards are blue and the chat cards are green. So this actually, what it does is, in case of this card, for example, since this is a -1, it would change the -1 into a +1, and it would stack right under. We will see what happens when we have 3 cards placed under a Llamatch, because at that point, the Llamatch would be complete and no further cards can be played under that Llamatch.
Okay, so I can only play this card under a chat card.
Yes, or a bio card.
So,
but that
here,
right? It should be played right under here, like stacked like this. But this would be playing a card under the Llamatch, since you can.
I cannot do it.
Exactly.
Correct.
So the thing is, with 2 players, this deck moves faster. But with 3 or more players, you'll run out of hand really fast. Okay. Why? We will see, because also if you play a card under my Llamatch, I can immediately, me or any other player, the fastest one, play 1 card under your Llamatch. So that's a good thing in order to get rid of those cards you don't want.
Okay. So I cannot play any more cards.
Actually, no. You could discard one.
I am going to discard this one, negging.
Okay.
Because it will give me a -1 to sexiness. And it will give me -1 to awareness, which I do not want.
Exactly. But that's actually a good card to keep in case you want to troll other players. So -2 is really strong.
Okay.
But just saying, it's fine, because there are different kind of players here, like the ones that try to build onto the Llamatch and the ones that try to sabotage other players.
In that case, I'm going to get rid of this, the shirtless.
Okay.
Because this is going to be reversed anyway.
Yes.
And I don't care about coolness.
That's true. And
So-
you would be doing me a favor if you played onto me. So you discard it and you take up to
So
and
discard it.
yeah, until you
take
have 5 cards in your hand. So 5 cards. Now it would be my turn, and I said I don't like this Llamatch. So again, I'd say next. I get rid of it, and when I get rid of a Llamatch, of course I have to get rid of the cards that were previously attached to it.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair enough. I take the next Llamatch, and this one I like it.
Okay.
This one I like it. So I will start my turn by doing, what should I do? I had a card just here. This one is perfect for me because it eliminates the one that would change into a -1.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have an 8
Okay.
into, actually no, I have more because 2 and 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 8, that's a 12. So now I'm in this medium
Yeah.
that I told that your goal is to be between, your goal is to have the highest score among other players, but the normal thing is to have between 9 and 15, sometimes 16.
Okay.
If you do, if you play your cards right and if you're lucky. But now I can see that you're going for that.
Yeah.
And that you discarded this.
Yes.
So I don't know, but I would totally play this because I don't want you to become too strong.
Okay.
Because I get suspicious. That would be a 6 times 2, 12. So I take 1 point out of there.
Okay.
Since I just put 1 card under your Llamatch, you can answer me by putting a card immediately under
Okay.
mine.
Let's do that then, and take 2 out of your coolness.
Okay, so I didn't like that.
So the motorbike is fake, basically.
Yeah. I really didn't like that. And of course, this can be only done as a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can now not reply to you and so on. So that would be my turn because I played already 2 cards. I take 2 new cards.
Okay, I've only played 1 card. Does that mean that I can discard another one? Or can I play another card on the yaw there?
No, because this was out of your turn.
Ah, okay.
So in my turn, if I play a card under another player's,
Yeah.
every other player have to be the fastest one, if they want, to answer
Oh,
to that.
okay.
That gives you the chance to, give me the hard time as you did, but also to discard cards that otherwise you are not gonna use. So
Okay.
by the end of your turn, you will now be taking three
more
cards.
Yes.
With more players, you can be getting even 4 cards
Mhm.
in your turn, and that's quite good because for now we have I have just bio and chat cards. You have chat cards and 1 notification card. Take into consideration that most notification cards are a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are just okay, but most of them.
Well, yeah, because if you gave me a minus card and I can put it underneath.
Exactly, you're gonna be able to
Then-
play that now, and it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't think I want to play just yet.
Yeah.
I will play later. Okay, so this is my turn now.
Now you're in your turn, and you have to decide first of all whether you wanna keep on playing with that card,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
or you want a new one to play with.
He's a keeper.
Okay,
I think
perfect.
he's a keeper. I'm liking the conversation thus far. So yeah. No, I think I'm staying with the vegan because why not? Okay, so so I could play. I am going to play this, which does nothing.
Oh, actually, I have to say this was a mistake.
Okay.
This actually has scores.
Okay.
Elena actually just texted me back then
Oh,
like,
then-
oh,
Okay.
this came out wrong, but it's okay.
But it says nothing. No, but it's I mean, I'm polyamorous. Me too. Oh, for real? Yeah. But none of my partners know, so I secretly practice my non.
Okay, this would actually be I think it was -2 to
Romance and coolness and everything.
no to this would also have to be an automatically block, but at least for me. But it was, I think, -2 in awareness,
Okay.
and I think -1 in I think coolness.
Yeah, I bet that.
I mean,
that fits.
If you're looking this, you might be start thinking like, yeah, because that kind of I don't agree, or sort of most of the cards have their values like according to what we thought, but also something that we wanted to give to the public is the opportunity to make their own cards, like maybe cards in blank, maybe in the expansion set.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so I could play, however.
Yeah, take another card because this doesn't count, so
wait.
it's like one you had before.
Okay, but I could also decide.
Like this never happened.
I could decide that I want to play this card on me.
Okay, that would be perfect.
Because I have this later, which you are not meant to know.
I'm not meant to know.
And then I could add it later on.
Yes, but no.
Okay.
Because remember, only 3 cards can be placed under a Llamatch.
Oh, of course. Okay.
So you could have played that before, but actually it's quite.
Have done.
I mean, you can keep it because it's quite the same.
Yeah.
So the score changes the same. If you check, like you're deleting 2 points that would actually be then
reversed.
Yeah. So
of course.
Actually, it's kind of the same because this would.
Okay. So let's
and
I get 1 point in coolness, which doesn't count. But
so
I don't want to have it. So that's right.
I would do this, but the other thing would also be perfectly valid. So the thing is, you played a card. Now you have to. I mean, you can play another one, or you can discard another one. I have 1 slot here that's left because I can have, just like you, up to 3 cards under my Llamatch. So you could play another card under my Llamatch, knowing that would be the last one that is played.
Okay.
But something else I have to say, there are these little exceptions. You cannot play 3 cards. I mean, you cannot close a profile with 3 cards of the same color.
Bummer.
Why is this? Well, it shouldn't be necessary, but in order to keep the math right, we have to divide these cards between BO and chat, which actually match the theme, the thematic.
Yeah.
But if we didn't do so, the math wouldn't. I mean, they wouldn't work.
Well, in that case, I cannot add because I only have chat cards.
Well, actually, you could also play this card, but I think it would only benefit me.
Correct. So let's not do that.
Okay. So you can discard one.
Well, I am going to discard this one.
Okay. If you finish your turn, then you can take up, 3 cards now because it's, until you have
5
in your hand. So now I'm here and I'm saying, okay, maybe. This wasn't great, I have to say. Actually didn't like that.
Not sorry.
But I can play, let's say, this card.
Yeah.
So first off, I decide to keep my Llamatch.
Yes.
And then I play this card, and then I close it. Once it's closed, no more cards can be played under it. And I'd say, okay, now I want to troll you. Oh, but I can't.
Because I already have 3 cards.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is just discard another card. Which one should I? Well, I have this one, which I don't care for it, and take 2 new cards. And that would be my turn.
Okay.
We keep on playing until I only have 1 card left already. Okay, that's good. It's gonna be fast. You're still stuck with your first Llamatch.
I am.
Yeah, I decided to give chance to another one.
You've played around. That's fine. So if
now
I didn't want to play another.
Oh, but here's the thing. Once it's complete, you have to take out another one. But if you like this one, then it can be your crush. So what you do with your crush is just keep it to your right.
Yes.
And you take the next Llamatch card, and you start playing under this one. Okay? The thing with this is you can only have 1 crush. So when you complete this card, you will have to decide whether is it gonna be your new crush, and your new crush, and your old crush goes to the discard pile, or you discard this one.
No, I think I'm not interested in somebody who pose it with someone who
Okay.
hides their faces. Not interesting.
For now, you just said, okay, this is my crush,
Yeah.
and I have to take another card out. So that would be the end of your phase 1.
Okay.
Next turn, you will be able to say, okay, I don't like this
Okay.
profile, but it would be at the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So now you have the chance to play cards under this Llamatch, because now it's exposed. If you don't like it, usually what I say is try to confuse the opponent.
I mean, but I don't like it, so I think I would want to play something like this. Listen, screw you. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You have no taste in music.
Okay, but
You hide
this
your
is
friends.
actually good for me. This is actually a good play, because now I say, oh, okay, so he's not interested in coolness.
Correct. Well, I can be.
So, but actually you are.
Well, yes, but the love of my life isn't cool, so that's fine.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
I found love in the nap.
So, but actually, if I didn't know what your card were,
Yeah.
that would actually drive me a bit crazy and say, okay, I think you're going for awareness, but the rest, I have no idea. And that's kind of the game right now. If you're looking for that subtle, what are you going for? I'm gonna try to sabotage you. Otherwise, if you wanna keep it simple, just try him not to make a lot of high points, and that's it. I mean, it works with people that are new to tabletop games,
Yeah.
and also to more strategic profiles.
Mm-hmm.
And you can play another game. I mean, another card,
But,
but not under mine
Yeah.
and not under yours. So what can you do with that card?
I just can't discard it.
You can discard cards. There are also cards that can be played in another place of the table. We don't have them right now. If we don't have them in the game, well, we will start looking for them.
I discard it.
Okay,
I
now
discard the draw.
take cards until you have 5 of them in your hand. Okay, so now it's my turn.
Okay.
And I really like this profile. So I'm gonna say this is my crush, even though I'm not really sure about it, but come on, I just have 1 card left.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I discarded that one. This
Yeah.
one was not
It
good.
was rubbish.
So at least I have something,
Okay.
okay? And I was trying to extend this, because if you had a good card and you would discard it,
Mhm.
I could take it, changing this one. But now I cannot change it. And maybe this was not perfectly shuffled, I mean, but yeah, I think I can work something.
Okay.
Because I can make this one really
Also,
cool.
I ended up with 6 cards. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Just discard it again and that would be it. And well, now I can see. I will discard this one. And I will take 2 new cards.
Now I can do a
Oh look,
reaction.
finally I got RuPaul. I simply love.
I can do a reaction card to you.
No, because I didn't play any card under you.
Okay.
If I did, let's say I did this,
Yeah.
okay, now you would be able to do so.
So I can do that.
Oh, this is the thing. Place this card under a Llamatch, it is considered complete. Yes. So next turn, the game would end.
Right.
Okay, this is something that we also have to correct, because this icon
Yeah.
shouldn't be here, because when it says place this card, it's not an instant.
Okay.
Okay, so there are cards that are instant that you play and discard them. This, I don't know. Things happen in the making.
Yes. Well, no, you know, there's
But
still plenty of
now
time
we-
to resolve these things.
Exactly.
So
I mean, that's why we have a prototype. in order
Exactly.
to-
And there's a crowdfunding that
Of
will allow you the
course.
funds to make sure that everything is done
Sure.
perfectly. So yeah,
Also, in the crowdfunding, we have this scheduled plan
Mhm.
where we have one month or 1 month and a half, 4 to 6 weeks to review the complete content,
yeah.
to redo things that might not be perfect.
yet. Yeah.
If somebody gives us any feedback, we're on time to change that too.
Mhm. And that's it. So it's a pretty, I mean, it's as you said, it's quite a fairly simple game because it's just a matter of
Yeah, it's pretty
taking a card,
straightforward.
putting one card either here or there, and then reaction.
Exactly.
And you know,
Not many
reason-
options and many actions, but
No.
still a lot of things to do. Then we have, then you would take your turn, of course. You would decide whether you want to keep this Llamatch or not.
I think I need.
But this one,
no,
this
no,
one goes.
no,
Okay,
no,
so
no.
first of the turn, you say I keep this one, and so you could play one more card under it, or you say next. When you discard it, I could take it,
Yeah.
but only if I had cards to switch it for. So
Yeah.
it just goes to the discard pile. You take a new one.
Ooh.
That's a good one. And
And these cards get discarded
yeah,
as well.
these cards get all discarded. Well, that's a good one, but not for you, and not for me either. So then you could play new cards under that Llamatch, knowing that
Yeah.
you cannot play any under mine.
I'm gonna play that one.
And the next turn that will be taken will be mine. And since I don't have any other cards, and I have to pick one of these to be my crush because this is already complete. At the start of my turn, when my active Llamatch is complete, I have to decide whether it's my crush or whether I discard it. So without doing further math, I'd say I discard this. When I discard one Llamatch, I have to immediately take another one. Since I don't have another one, the game is over.
Okay.
And so we do the math. So in order to do the math, it's pretty straightforward. We put our profile cards right under. And so we add up each value separately. We apply the modifiers and then we add them all up. So I have 2 because 4 minus 2 is 2 times 2 is 4. So I have 4. Here I have 0, so nothing. This doesn't count, so it's actually nothing. For now I have 4. Here I have 4 and 2, that stay the same. So I have 4 and 6, 10. And I think you got more. So you have to pick between, first of all.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
There are cards that will allow you to have 2 profiles for the final score that you can pick each stat from in order to acknowledge polyamorous relationships. But for now, since we don't have that card, you will have to choose.
Okay, so I'll definitely choose, you know.
Okay, so this one, we don't want it.
Sorry, mate.
It is what it is.
Yeah. You know, you play the game, you lose sometimes. Okay, so
let's see.
just to put it on the camera.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm getting right now 2 minus 2, so those 2 go away.
Exactly.
So I get -2 in romance.
Okay.
He's not particularly sexy.
Not exactly. So you get a -2 straight away. Romanticism doesn't
bother
count.
me at all. And I'm guessing 4 plus 2, 6 minus 1, 5 times 2 is 10.
Okay.
Plus
10.
1, 11.
Okay, so you got 10, 11, and then -2, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's 9.
9. Okay, so you win.
And I got 10, so I won.
So you win.
Only by 1. So depending also on the cards that you get more or less chances.
Yeah.
And so there is this kind of push your luck thing where if you don't start with the best hand, you can start playing onto other people, so they start playing on you, so you can discard even more. But it's pretty well balanced even with 2 players. I must say, I just won by 1 point.
Yeah, by 1 point, exactly. But I can see what you meant earlier though about this game playing better with 3 or 4 people, because the amount of messing up with other players.
Exactly.
That's fun.
Exactly.
That must be really
that's
fun.
the most fun part, and I think it starts with 3 players on. Also, I have to be honest, and 5 people can play this game.
Yeah.
Actually, it could be adapted to 6, but that's too much for this game. It
yeah.
doesn't work. We tested it, it doesn't work. And with 5 people, we have to be careful with the interactions and with the turns. So I would not recommend that 5 players play this game unless they have played before and they are already familiar with the rules.
Exceptions.
I mean,
especially the exceptions may take a little bit longer to get used to.
I mean, it's just as we checked with players, it took them about just 2 games, which played pretty fast, to get really comfortable with all the rules and exceptions. And so the cards are quite clear. you can mess a bit with time if you're reading them and so, but that's also fun part of the fun, right?
Yes.
And the fun part of the game. It works pretty good, but of course the source of it starts from 3 players on.
Yes, I can see that. But that actually, I do like the gameplay. I think that's quite fun. I do love the examples in the cards.
Yes.
Because they're quite on cue, very good. So no, that's excellent. I really hope that you will take a look at it as well. You have another how to play video, don't you? Anyway.
Yes, it will be available on our Kickstarter. People can check it there, and it's a bit shorter, but it kind of gives you the idea of how the game is played.
Yep.
Also, the instructions, at least the ones that we have now, that are just, definitive text, but beta edition. So we will try to polish a bit the text, put more images on, but also you can read it, so you can have more detailed idea of what it's like to play this game.
Excellent. Well, very much looking forward to the end of the campaign and the 7,000 or 8,000 copies sold.
Well, we'll see about that. Cross our fingers. And just gonna say thank you very much for having me here today.
Anytime.
And thank you all for paying attention and keeping up to the end of this video with this game. It's Llamatch, that comes from the bottom of our hearts. And I hope you give us like on Kickstarter, and we will Llamatch you back.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much indeed for being there, viewers. And please do let me know what you think. I would love to hear questions you may have. Please put them in the comment section of the video, because I will be answering them if you want me to. And I very much look forward to hearing what you have to say. But until the next time, thanks once again, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.